In a small village surrounded by towering mountains, there stood a giant tree in the center of the village. This tree was known as the Old Tree, and it was hundreds of years old. Its deep roots held secrets no one knew, and its sprawling branches provided a vast shade for the villagers. The tree had witnessed generations of villagers, seeing joy and sorrow, success and failure, love and hatred. Yet it remained silent, offering its shade without ever revealing its secrets. One day, a major dispute broke out between two young men from the village, David and Sam. The argument was over a small piece of land, with each claiming it belonged to him. The disagreement escalated into a heated quarrel, and it almost turned into a long-lasting feud. The village elder, the wise Oli, decided to intervene to resolve the conflict. He invited David and Sam to sit under the shade of the old tree. The three men sat in silence for a while, as the leaves of the tree whispered gently in the breeze. Then, Elder Oli began to speak in his calm voice about the tree's wisdom and patience. David and Sam looked at the tree as if seeing it for the first time. Its branches extended to shade everyone, regardless of their disputes or problems. They felt ashamed of their behavior. Then the elder continued to speak about forgiveness and patience. After that meeting, David and Sam decided to each give up part of their claims and agreed to divide the land fairly. From that day on, they became close friends, and the shade of the old tree became a place where people gathered in love and forgiveness. As the years passed, the story of David and Sam became a legend in the village. Parents would tell their children about the two young men who had once quarreled but found peace under the old tree. The tree itself became more than just a symbol. One summer, a terrible drought struck the village. The crops withered, the rivers dried up, and the people grew desperate. The villagers gathered under the old tree, seeking comfort and guidance. They wondered how they would survive the harsh season. Elder Oli, now much older but still wise, stood before the people and said, "The old tree has seen many droughts, many hardships. Yet it still stands. Its roots run deep, drawing water from hidden springs beneath the earth." Inspired by his words, the villagers began to dig wells near the old tree, following the direction of its roots. To their amazement, they found water deep underground. The village was saved, and the people learned yet another lesson from the tree. Years later, a young girl named Lily moved to the village. She was an outsider, and some of the villagers were hesitant to accept her. They whispered about her differences and kept their distance. Lily often sat alone under the old tree, feeling lonely. One day, David, now an old man, noticed her sitting there. He approached her and sat down beside her. "Do you know the story of this tree?" he asked gently. Lily shook her head, and David began to tell her the tale of the old tree's lessons. Lily listened intently, her eyes widening with wonder. "So, this tree brought you and Sam together?" she asked. David nodded. "It did, and it could do the same for you. This tree doesn't care where you come from or what you look like." Moved by David's words, Lily began to open up to the villagers. Slowly but surely, they welcomed her into their community. She became a beloved member of the village, and her presence enriched their lives in ways they hadn't imagined. The old tree continued to stand tall, its roots growing deeper with each passing year. It became a living testament to the power of forgiveness, patience, and unity. The villagers made it a tradition to gather under its shade every year. They would share stories, sing songs, and remind each other of the lessons the tree had taught them. And so, the old tree's legacy lived on, not just in the village, but in the hearts of everyone who heard its story.